The IRS furloughs nearly half its workforce, shuttering most operations. Chat, this is the greatest news ever. The only thing better would be if the other half got furloughed. The IRS has furloughed half the so-called people that work there. This is just such wonderful news. Isn't it amazing? Oh yeah, fractured. Oh yeah, it happened. It happened, and I am so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, we got Dude in the house over on Rumble. Hey, we got our first regular on Rumble. How are you doing, dude?
The more the magicer.
Exactly, Patty. The shutdown brings me warmth, joy, and childlike behavior. Yeah, brings me warmth, pride, and childlike joy. My heart grew 3 sizes today. This is such a magical day, chat. Such a magical day.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
You see now why I wanted to play the crab dancing music? I can't because the audio is just not coming through. But it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Good things do happen. I know. I know. Maybe God doesn't hate me after all. So the IRS said it was furloughing nearly half its workforce, shutting most operations on Wednesday, so yesterday. But will continue to implement Trump's signature tax cuts. That's nice. Numerous operations will be halted, including taxpayer services like call site operations. Okay, no, I don't think anybody cares about that. The agency will suspend non-automated tax collections and most headquarters and administrative functions not related to the safety of life and blah, 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 blah during non-filing season. The plan will idle tens of thousands of employees, so about half are going to be furloughed. Of course,
The union that represents IRS workers condemned the move.
I'm not even going to read it because this is all a bunch of crying. It says taxation is extortion. Oh, you bet. It's basically armed robbery. I mean, you know, it's basically a mafia. You know, that government is a mafia when you think about it. I guess this is the union, the National Treasury Employees Union. They're crying over taxes. You know what? I will read it actually.
Oh, today, due to the government shutdown, the American people lost access to many vital services provided by the IRS.
Said Doreen Greenwald, the national president of the National Treasury Employees Union.
Expect increased wait times, backlogs, and delays implementing tax law changes as the shutdown continues. Taxpayers around the country will now have a much harder time getting the assistance they need, just as they get ready to file their extension returns due next week.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, man, they're crying about how the IRS can't gouge you. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Fractured's over on Twitch, trying to steal my gimmick. Oh, man. And this is even better. So the IRS furlough letter came a day after a White House memo suggested furloughed federal employees might not receive back pay. Which sounds like, you know, maybe, just maybe, the so-called people at the IRS may not even get paid when they go back. Which would be wonderful, because they, you know, if you work for the IRS, you don't deserve to be paid. Because, I don't even think the so-called people who work at the IRS are actually people. But it's so wonderful. So wonderful. More than 6,000 workers at Kansas City's regional IRS service center face a critical juncture as the government shutdown enters its 6th day and initial funding runs out. The federal government is the largest employer in Kansas City with 34,000 federal workers. Now, first of all, if the government is the largest employer anywhere, that is a massive problem because the government pays people with your money to begin with. So yeah, why? If the federal government is the largest employer in Kansas City, then there's a serious problem. The federal government, the government in general, should not be the biggest employer anywhere. That's a serious problem. So yeah, they had funding in from 2022, which, you know, that was a mistake. That allowed them to continue working for the first 5 days of the shutdown. But that emergency funding expired earlier this week. Oh, and yes, the poor demons at the IRS are crying.
Oh, I have no idea if I'm supposed to report to work tomorrow. So at this point, everybody comes in and they just wait to see what is going to happen.
Oh man.
It really makes us mad because these employees, they have no idea whether they're gonna make their next house payment, whether they're gonna be able to put food on their tables.
Oh, boo-hoo. Maybe you should work an honest job, why don't you? Let's see. A tax examining technician said the firings and messaging have taken a toll on morale. Good. Good.
I have been attacked, maligned, criticized. We've been lumped together as if we are incompetent, lazy, just not worthy of employment.
If you work at the IRS, you are not worthy of employment.
An IRS worker at NTEU Chapter 66, so a union person, vice president, echoed the frustration. Like it's our fault. Like it's our fault. Like we did something.
Jeez, I hate these people. I hate these so-called people. They're demons. They're demons. They deserve every shutdown. The IRS should be completely shut down. No more IRS. That would really be the best outcome. Let's see. DMC5 gave us Uncle Dante. Okay. I haven't actually played the Devil May Cry game, so that's probably why I don't know. For Wingus, yes, the art is bad. Alright. We need some actual and major downsizing. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. Of course, the government needs its pound of flesh, right?
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
The environments got boring, though. Okay, you're talking about Devil May Cry, I think. Gotcha. Do they think about that before they indict some poor average Joe that just happened to miss one thing on their tax form? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You nailed it, Fractured. You absolutely nailed it. 100%. Because... So, yeah, the thing is, they know that they can't really go after the so-called millionaires and billionaires who I think... Yes, technically they pay the most taxes, but at the same time, like, their tax burden is not as big of a burden to them as the tax burden on the average taxpayer. But the thing is, those people have armies of lawyers and accountants and so on that they can use to gum up the IRS anyway. But meanwhile, they'll go after you, the average person, because they know you can't fight back. So what's it matter if they just go and say, hey, you owe us an extra $200, and they just go around and do that to every average person. Well, what do you know? Suddenly they've got $200 million. $200 million extra dollars. I swear. I mean, the IRS, you know, I would call the IRS the largest state-sponsored terror organization in the world. They really are. They really are. Let's see,
In the past, any shutdowns we've had, even if there was not a bill or a law that was passed that said we would get paid when the government reopened, government always protected us. Congress protected us.
You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be protected by the government. Government shouldn't be protecting you. Government should be protecting the American people from you.
We don't feel that protection right now. Right now we feel like we're the targets. The goal is to get rid of us. The goal is to empty out these agencies and to just shut the government down.
No, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway.
I'm just feeling so good, Chad. I'm just feeling so happy. An IRS worker shop steward said the impact extends across generations in her household. We have 3 generations of government employees in my home. Ford has worked at the IRS for 20 years, her daughter for 10 years, her son for 8 years, and her mother for 42 years. So this is a family of demons, okay? These are demons. It's demonic entity, demonic family, pure evil, okay? Anyone whose entire family works the IRS, that is a family of evil right there, a family that preys on the American people.
Oh, with the shutdown, with the threats of being terminated or fired, our anxiety is through the roof because we won't have each other to lean on.
Ugh. What a joke.
The shutdown's timing creates additional complications for the IRS center's operations. While many people think of April the 15th as the primary tax deadline, October 15th marks the deadline for tax extensions. Oh, boo-hoo. Now let's urge public action to end the impasse. We really need you to get on the phone to call your congressman and tell them, open the government back up. Get together and negotiate. That's their job. They need to do it so we can continue to do ours and get paid for it.
No, absolutely not. If anything, I would be, if I called my congressman, if anything, I would be telling him, you know what, keep the shutdown going, keep it shut down, make sure the IRS doesn't get a single penny. Because they don't deserve a penny. They don't deserve to open back up. The best thing that can happen is that the government stays shut down in perpetuity. Shut it down! Oh, man, it just feels so wonderful, doesn't it? I mean, really. By the way, for every single person that works at the IRS, I have a message for you.
Why don't you get some scented candles, nigga? Cause you gay!
Shame on you.
So that's our first story, chat. The IRS, half the IRS has been furloughed. They're nearly shut down. They can't accomplish very much because the government is shut down. And I am just so full of joy, so full of happiness. You know what? You know what? This is kind of how I feel right now.
Oh my God!
It's great. It's really wonderful. And when that goblin casts shame on you, you better believe it. Oh, of course. Of course. So, let's just take a second and enjoy the IRS getting to feel the same pain in their back end that the American people have been feeling their entire lives.